Stockholm. More than 3 decades ago, in a town in Sweden, a man grabbed his girlfriend by the hair and threw her against a wardrobe door with such force that a clump of hair came off in his hand. She was in her early 20s, a rising activist in the Social Democratic Party. Later, when she broke off the relationship, he barged into her room with a switchblade, cutting a slit in her t-shirt. He traced a line on her throat, leaving a small scratch on her chin. Then he stopped what he was doing and walked out the door, leaving her frozen, in a state of shock. At 63, that woman, Margot Wallström, is now Sweden's foreign minister, one of her country's most popular and provocative politicians. She stands out among the men who guide the foreign affairs of the world's powerful nations. Raised in the rural north of the country, the daughter of a sawmill worker, she never attended college. After taking the post in 2014, she introduced what she called a feminist foreign policy, placing gender equality at the core of Sweden's international relations. Her embrace of activism over realpolitik has antagonized powerful players in Sweden, one of the world's largest per capita weapons exporters. She has attacked the human rights record of Saudi Arabia, a major trading partner. She has endorsed a United Nations ban on nuclear weapons, ignoring warnings from NATO. She has made no secret of her dislike for President Trump. When people accuse her of being undiplomatic, she cheerfully agrees. "I have very little time," she said. "I don't have time to walk around cocktail parties. I don't think that is the work of a diplomat." On a recent afternoon, Ms. Wallström was aboard a Swedish Air Force plane, on her way to the United Nations General Assembly. She had traveled all night from Kabul, Afghanistan, and the seats, upholstered in cream-colored leather, were deep and comfortable. An attendant laid out cloth napkins and scattered them with tiny sprigs of wildflowers in preparation for dinner. A book of poetry sat beside her. But what she wanted to talk about, with a sense of real urgency, was pornography. She urged her companions to commit a few hours to surfing it online, as she has, to better understand where this kind of hostile, misogynist view of women comes from. Sexual violence is a topic that fascinates and repels her. As a government minister, she held 3 portfolios before becoming foreign minister. She helped write a prostitution law that shifted criminal responsibility to the buyer. She spent years as a United Nations Special Representative for Sexual Violence in Conflict, listening to the stories of women raped by soldiers in Congo and Sierra Leone. That period shook loose her memories of Benny, the older, married party activist whom she lived with in her 20s, which she first recounted in a 2013 biography. "It has, of course, followed me and shaped me," she said. With the Me Too campaign, almost every woman recognizes that something has happened to her that we thought then was kind of natural, that we look at differently today. Why did we stand it? Why did we accept to be talked to like that?